Perfume in a hot pink bottle with French flair and Baroque style details. Oriana is incredibly popular and a much loved fragrance with a pretty steep price point. So no wonder there are many dupes on the market that offer similar scent profile for less money. And in this video, I'll review Oriana and then I'll compare it to Lattafa's Pride Ansaam Gold and also Alhambra's Reyna, which are supposedly dupes for this perfume. I'll tell you how similar they are and what are the differences and also which one might suit you more. And in the end, I'll tell you my favorite, so watch the entire video. And hello everyone, my nickname is Miri and on this channel we talk in depth about fragrances. So let's start with Oriana in a seductively curved hourglass-shaped bottle in a vibrant, bold, striking pink color with silky tassels adorning its neck. Just like all Parfums de Marly fragrances, Oriana as well takes inspiration from the 18th century, specifically from the Chantilly cream whipped up by Procopio in honor of the future King Louis XV in the Chantilly castle. Parfums de Marly took that famous milk cream, which was a huge hit in 18th century, and made it into a perfume revolving around, well, Chantilly cream and also orange blossom. On the official Parfums de Marly website, Chantilly cream is listed as one of the notes instead of whipped cream accord you get on Fragrantica. So I'll be talking about Chantilly cream, which is sweeter and it has more vanilla compared to whipped cream because, well, the whole fragrance was inspired by it. Oriana starts with a splash of bitter citruses. They are quite sparkling and a cozy embrace of fluffy sweetness coming from Chantilly cream and marshmallows, which are noticeable in the background from the start. Mandarin gives this orangey feel, bergamot adds a touch of citric tartness, while grapefruit gives aromatic bitterness to the scent. So all those bitter, aromatic and citric notes play nicely with sweet, gourmand accords, never overpowering them, but rather giving tart, orangey edge to the scent, making it more wearable and grown-up, avoiding trap many sweet perfumes fall into, and that is that they become cloyingly sweet, too thick or too caloric. Oriana doesn't, so initially it smells like a combination of bitter orange peels topped with the powder you get when you open a bag of marshmallows. Oriana's initial zesty and bitter sweetness quickly, like in a matter of minutes, evolves into floral sweetness enriched with fruity and orangey aspects, but the heart of this fragrance mainly revolves around orange blossom, Chantilly cream and marshmallows that give candy bubblegummy effect, and they instantly put a smile on my face. In comparison to other orange blossom perfumes, orange blossom in Oriana doesn't smell extremely sweet, honeyed and syrupy. It's more floral and orangey accord, giving sunny freshness, making this into a happy, bubbly orange blossom scent. Also, there are some red fruits in here as well, but I don't notice them as individual notes. Rather, they are in the background, providing subtle, sugared, fruity nuance that some compare to the scent of Fruit Loops, but since we don't have Fruit Loops in Croatia, what I can tell you is that fruits aren't very prominent and they don't smell natural, but rather sugared and very sweetened. So the heart of Oriana smells like creamy, powdery, fluffy marshmallows flavored with orange blossom water and decorated with few orange blossoms and fruit bubblegum. Eventually, smooth toasted marshmallow base takes over those fruity citrusy notes and gives almost malted sugar effect to the scent, folding everything into airy plump texture of Chantilly cream. So in the base, Oriana becomes a pillowy soft cloud of tender sweetness and musk. I simply love this fluffy, powdery, musky, sweet finish with just tiny bits of orange remnants giving a slight swirl of freshness. The base smells like you're eating the most decadent, toasty dessert made of marshmallows topped with freshly whipped chantilly cream frosting with a spoon of orange ice cream. Oriana never becomes sticky, syrupy sweet fragrance that smells cheap or too juvenile. It is sweet, but on a scale of sweetness from 1 to 5, I would say its level of sweetness is 3.5, maybe 3.7, because I've tried many sweeter fragrances. However, Oriana has a youthful character because of its light, fluffy, sweet quality, making you feel like you're walking on marshmallow clouds, but it never becomes too juvenile, at least not for me, because of the musk in the base and because of citrusy oranges running throughout the fragrance, giving some freshness to that fluffy marshmallow chantilly cream accord. On my skin, Oriana lasts 6 hours, so it has moderate lasting power, projecting only for the first 3 hours and then becoming softer, like a small fluffy bubble surrounding your skin. I know Oriana is quite pricey. Also, it's not a beast mode fragrance like Delina, and if you usually prefer fresher fragrances, this might be too sweet for you, especially if you don't like its bubbly candy-like quality. But precisely because of that quality, Oriana is so addictive to me and a gorgeous all year round fragrance that could easily be somebody's signature scent. You will like this perfume if you have a sweet tooth, if you like orange blossom and candy-like fragrances. Oriana is a playful, princessy, gourmand perfume that is very hard to dislike, and what can I tell you? I'm absolutely head over heels for Oriana. I love how playful, light-hearted, pillowy, soft, and carefree Oriana is, so I would rate its scent and performance with 8.5 out of 10. In 2022, Lattafa launched Ansaam Gold, a part of their Pride collection, actually a private line of perfumes with higher quality and a bit higher price point. The bottle feels quite sturdy and expensive. It comes in this terracotta red shade and it's beautifully embellished with golden accents such as golden petals and leaves, while on top it has a matching golden leaf-shaped cap. Judging by the flacon and even looking at the notes, you wouldn't guess this is a dupe for Oriana because it doesn't have orange blossom, marshmallow, or chantilly cream, but the overall combination of notes creates a scent similar to that of Oriana. How it smells? Well, in the opening, Ansaam Gold is a combination of some tart, slightly bitter citruses laced with powdery sweetness. Mandarin definitely gives that refreshing orangey feel, while pear is the one that gives juiciness and sweetness, but all those fruity notes are blended with powdery whipped cream in the background, so the opening smells to me like whipped cream or meringue drizzled with orange juice and sprinkled with bitter orange peels. After 2, maybe 3 minutes, florals emerge and the initial bitter orange peel type of scent softens up, but it never completely fades away. Orangey aroma always gives a slight tinge of bitterness as a much needed contrast to other sweet and powdery notes. Rosemary appears as well, but fruity instances don't smell like the scent of actual fruit. They don't smell that way even in Oriana. Rather, they have this like candy-like gummy bear or Smarties effect, while jasmine and rose give mature vibe to those candy-like fruits and sweet powdery vanilla whipped cream. In the heart, there is duality between adult-smelling rose, jasmine, and powdery musk in contrast to candied fruits and whipped cream sweetness. Ansaam Gold smells in the heart like a combination of powdery orange meringue pie served with a spoon of orange jam and decorated with fruity jelly beans. This is a rosy, fruity, candid, but primarily a sweet and very powdery fragrance. And then our Into the Wear musk overtakes those floral and fruity instances, becoming equally strong as a powdery note that runs through the entire fragrance. And musk here, well, it's not dirty or animalic. It smells white, kind of soapy, with a laundry type of cleanliness, and therefore it cuts the sweetness. But the scent is still pretty sweet, even though, in my opinion, it's less sweet compared to Oriana. Thus, Ansaam Gold completely turns into a powdery vanilla whipped cream goodness with just a touch of fruits. It smells like you're wrapped in a fluffy powdery white blanket while eating vanilla souffle decorated with powdered sugar and a few candy hearts. Ansaam Gold is a sweet, cozy, soft, fluffy combo of powdery, candy and laundry-like scent that has kind of marshmallowy effect, even though there's no marshmallow in this perfume. But the overall fluffy powdery base reminds me of fluffy marshmallows and its powdery coating. Actually, well, it reminds me more of powdery coating rather than the actual chewy texture of marshmallows. So the scent basically turns into powdery, musky sweetness. Therefore, you need to be on board with powdery fragrances to enjoy Ansaam Gold. At least on my skin, it becomes very powdery. This is similar to Oriana, especially in the opening, because in both you get a combination of bitter citruses and creamy fluffy texture, but Oriana is more aromatic in the opening, while Ansaam Gold has more powdery feel. In the heart, both have candy vibe, but Oriana is sweeter. It's more orangey with noticeable marshmallows, and orange blossom here is the main floral accord, while Ansaam Gold is more powdery with candy-like fruits and rose as a prominent floral accord. Therefore, Ansaam Gold ends up being slightly less sweet, more grown-up and mature, while Oriana, well, it's a very fun, playful fragrance. And then in the end, Oriana has a toasted marshmallow base with chantilly cream and musk, while Ansaam Gold is a lot muskier fragrance with prominent vanilla instead of marshmallows and chantilly cream. Therefore, if you would like less bitter, more powdery scent with added rose, musk and vanilla, you will like Ansaam Gold more. But if you truly want orange mixed with marshmallows and chantilly cream, yeah, Oriana is the one to go for. Ansaam Gold manages to duplicate the scent to an extent, and even though it has a fluffy base, it doesn't give a complete marshmallow cream experience I get from Oriana. Also, it doesn't have that lightweight airiness and playfulness, which is a part of Oriana's appeal, so I wouldn't call it a dupe, but these two could be sisters because, in my opinion, they're about 80% similar. I think this could be also somebody's signature scent, but because it is a quite powdery fragrance, I wouldn't wear it during the summer. With Ansaam Gold, I get moderate performance between 4 to 6 hours. Of course, on clothes, it lasts longer. And just like with all Lattafa fragrances, you need to give them some time to settle before trying them out. Overall, I do think this is a pretty good fragrance, and I would rate its scent and performance with 7.5 out of 10. Lattafa, which is the company that made Ansaam Gold, is a parent company for Maison Alhambra Perfumes as well, and well, they are known for shamelessly duping not just the scent itself, but also the bottles of more expensive perfumes, and I'll list some examples. As you can see, it's always very obvious which perfumes they are duping, so no wonder that one look at Reyna and you're already aware it will be a dupe for Oriana. Reyna was launched in 2023, and the reason why it took me some time to make this review is because the scent needed some time to macerate, and also when I was testing it, I needed to test it several times to notice all the differences between Reyna and Oriana so I could give you a full in-depth review. When you first spray it, you can notice citrusy brightness and also some tart raspberry mingling with fluffy marshmallows. The top is truly crisp, it's sour. In comparison to Oriana, Reyna has, well, initially slightly alcoholic opening, but it lasts only 20 seconds. However, in the opening, these two are pretty similar, like 95% similar. The difference is that the top notes in Oriana smell like orange, while here they're a bit more synthetic and also undefined. You get a vague citrusy aroma that could come from orange, it could come from lemon, actually any citrus. So basically Reyna is citrusy in general, while Oriana, it had a very noticeable bitter orange. Another difference is that Reyna has bits of raspberry in the top. I couldn't notice in the opening of Oriana. While the opening of Oriana to me smelled like bitter orange peels topped with marshmallow powder, Reyna smells like citrus slices and a few raspberries mixed with marshmallows. So this starts as a really good dupe, and then in the heart I still get marshmallow and some raspberry and some citruses, but citruses are now very toned down and raspberry becomes more prominent, but it doesn't smell like the scent of actual fruit. It smells more along the lines of raspberry flavored bubblegum because it has some like plasticky gummy facets, but it smells good, like it smells good. And now I start also noticing some white florals, probably coming from orange blossom. So the scent is sweet and fruity with floral nuances and also a tiny bit of musk and rose, giving like fabric softener type of scent that mingles with those other gourmand notes and raspberry bubblegummy aroma. So in the heart, Reyna smells to me like a combination of raspberry bubblegum and powdery sugar marshmallow dusting next to linens freshly washed with musky floral fabric softener. So yes, this is a very lovely fragrance, and also it's quite similar to Oriana because in both you get bubblegummy fruits mixed with marshmallows and some citruses. However, in Oriana, orange blossom is definitely more prominent, and also the scent itself is much creamier because of the chantilly cream, while Reyna has plastically smelling fruits that smell a bit more synthetic, like they smell good but artificial. So the difference is in the quality of ingredients. And also Reyna has musky rose fabric softener type of scent I don't get in Oriana. The scent is sweet, fluffy and playful, just like Oriana is, but it's muskier and cleaner. So I would say in the heart they are about 85% similar. And then in the base, Reyna really intensifies clean, soapy, cotton laundry type of musk, but it retains bubblegummy, raspberry and fluffy marshmallow. But I have to be completely honest and say that marshmallow accord now doesn't smell like the actual marshmallow. It becomes a bit blurred and diluted. I would say I get more of some generic sweetness and a lot of dusty powdered sugar rather than the scent of actual marshmallows. I don't really notice whipped cream accord either because the scent becomes a combination of clean sheets type of musk with remnants of raspberry flavored bubblegum and some generic powdery sweetness. The base could even simplistically be described as a scent of just sweet musk. Because I've noticed that many Arabian perfumes, if they don't have oud or resinous base, then they have a very musky dry down. In the base, Reyna is much muskier and cleaner compared to Oriana. Oriana has some muskiness, but not in the amount Reyna has. And while in Oriana, I truly get the scent and texture of both chantilly cream and marshmallow, in Reyna, I just get this like generic sweetness, and also citruses completely fade away. They aren't noticeable in the base, while in Oriana, you could still find some traces and remnants of orange. So in the base, they're about 80% similar. Initially, when it came, I could smell only sweet musk, but after a month, it truly bloomed, and now I get more of marshmallow, more raspberry, and more citruses. With the price, well, you can't go wrong with Reyna, especially if you like sweet, powdery fragrances with some fruity instances. My only issue with Reyna is lasting power. Like Oriana isn't a base mood fragrance, but I get moderate like 6 hours of longevity, which is pretty good. But with Reyna, I get only 2, like 3 hours tops, and that is truly underwhelming. However, this is the cheapest fragrance out of all 3, and it's also the most similar to Oriana. So if you don't mind reapplying, then yes, this is a good dupe and recommendation worthy fragrance. It is quite light, so I would wear it only in the spring, and overall I would rate it with 7 out of 10, mainly because, well, it doesn't last. Before making this in-depth comparison, I've tested at least a dozen times these 3 fragrances side by side on my skin. So if the comparison was helpful to you to imagine how each one of these perfumes smell and what are the differences, then boop the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more content coming up. I love Oriana so much. This is my 2nd bottle. It's a huge compliment getter for me. No matter how much I enjoy both of these fragrances, they just don't stand up to the standard Oriana has. Neither one of these 2 fragrances have this creamy, fluffy dimension Oriana has, but they are good options. So here's my ranking based on their performance and scent profile. On the 3rd place with 7 out of 10 is Reyna, which is scent-wise very similar to Oriana, and it duplicates Oriana's fluffiness, lightness, and playfulness, but it's less creamy and a lot muskier. Also, marshmallow isn't as distinguishable as it was in Oriana. However, it costs a fraction of the price, so if not for the performance, I do think this would be a true gem, and if you're on a budget and you don't mind reapplying, I do think this is a very good option. Then on the 2nd place with 7.5 out of 10 is Lattafa's Ansaam Gold, which is pretty close to Oriana, but it can be a fragrance on its own because it has a lot more powdery and musky notes, and also it doesn't have noticeable fruits like the other 2 have. Ansaam Gold has the biggest amount of vanilla out of all 3, so compared to Reyna and Oriana, it definitely feels heavier, thicker, more serious, and more mature. Since it has moderate performance, and if you love powdery fragrances and a lot of musk, I'm sure you will love Ansaam Gold. I do think this is a pretty good option as well. And of course, that the 1st place with 8.5 out of 10 goes to Oriana, because when I wear it, I feel so fluffy, super girly, playful, and just happy like a Disney princess, like I'm transported to a pink-colored castle in a fantasy land with unicorns and rainbows. I like it so much. Sometimes I just want to feel super feminine, and Oriana never fails to put a smile on my face. And I'm aware that not everyone can afford Oriana. You will be okay with these dupes as well, but as long as you know what you're getting with them. So if you're into super sweet, super girly fragrances, I'm sure you will like all 3 of them. Recently, I also heard of another Oriana dupe, and that is Destino by Alhambra Reyna. I haven't had the chance to try it out, but if you had, share your thoughts in the comments. And also, write down what do you think of these 3 fragrances, which one do you own, which one is your favorite, and do you get compliments while you're wearing them. If you would like to see another in-depth comparison video, then check out this video next. I will see you there, and have a great day. Bye!